Methods to study biopsychology. The preceding sections introduced you to the nature, scope, and major divisions of biopsychology. This section deals with the methods employed to study human brain. The structure of the human brain is quite complex, and understanding its working is all the more challenging for the researchers. With the discovery of Broca's area, it was concluded that different brain areas had different functions. In 1861, Paul Broca, French neurologist, found that one of his patients who had lost the ability to speak had damage in left frontal cortex. More patients with the loss of speech showed the damage in and around this exact same area, which is now known as Broca's area. Let me show you where Broca's area is located in our brain. This is it. So the research conducted in this area concluded that brain damage causes effects like increase or decrease in hunger, changes in emotional responses, to mention just a few. Now let us see the main methods used in the study of brain. One is ablation and the other is histological. Let us see what they are in upcoming slides. Ablation methods. Ablation means removal of a brain area, generally with a surgical knife. It is different from lesion. Lesion is damage to a structure, and ablation is removal of the structure. For example, a blood clot might produce a lesion, whereas surgery could produce an ablation. Both ablation and lesion methods are invasive and involve cutting off a part of a brain. Ablation method thus involves the destruction of some tissue in the brain. Thus, this is followed by assessing the changes that occur in behavior due to the removal or destruction of this tissue. Any wound or injury thereby is known as lesion. But one has to be very careful as different parts of the brain are all connected to one another and work in conjunction with one another. So if a lesion is created in one area, it may exert an influence on the neighboring areas as well. Sometimes the animal also recovers from the brain damage either partially, or the functions of the damaged part of the brain are covered up by another part of the brain. The main techniques discussed here are aspiration, radiofrequency, knife cuts, cryogenic blockades, nerve poison. Aspiration. A fine thin needle is placed on the tissue that needs to be examined, and it is aspirated, and the contents are then placed on the slide and examined for any diagnostic analysis. The meaning of aspirated here is to draw in or out using a sucking motion. It has two meanings basically: breathing in a foreign object like sucking food into the airway. A medical procedure that removes something from an area of a body is also known as aspiration. These substances can be air, body fluids, bone fragments, etc. etc. This is generally the preferred technique when a part of the cortical tissue has to be sucked to reveal the area that is under it for further investigation. Now what you are seeing in the figure in front of you is a treatment of intracerebral hemorrhage. Intracerebral hemorrhage, or ICH, is a kind of stroke. To treat it, scuba technique is used. However, it is not of our concern, but a part of scuba technique is aspiration. In figure A, the tubular instrument is inserted 1.5 cm inside. In figure B, blood is aspirated or sucked until the brain closes in around the end of the tubular instrument, at which point it is retracted 1 to 2 cm. In figure C, when the tubular instrument retracts to the proximal wall of the cavity, some saline is infused through the tubular instrument, inflating the cavity. In figure D, after evacuation, the tubular instrument is removed and other procedures are carried on which are not of our concern for now. Radiofrequency. Radio frequency or RF current is used to produce subcortical lesions. A wire is placed on the tissue which needs to be examined. Radio frequency devices produce a high frequency current, that is alternating current. The heat that results from the current destroys the tissue in that area. The duration and intensity of the current will determine the size and shape of the lesion. Now the image that you see is not a brain obviously, and RF ablation is being conducted on spine instead to reduce the pain, but the method is exactly the same, that is radio frequency ablation. They insert needle after numbing the skin area and introduce an electrode at the center of the needle. Once the needles are in correct positions, they heat electrodes from 50 to 80 degrees Celsius and keep them at that temperature for several minutes. Electrothermal heat is generated, destructing the surrounding pain fibers and tissues, thereby decreasing the pain of the patient. Knife cuts. Knife cuts. Sectioning or cutting is used to make a cut on any area of the nerves or the brain. There is a special device that you see in front of you which is used to make subcortical knife cuts very carefully by placing the brain using a stereotaxic apparatus. It's in the next slide if you want to pause the video and see it. By using such a technique, extensive damage to the surrounding area is decreased. Cryogenic blockade. This is a temporary way of inducing lesions. A cryoprobe that you can see in figure in front of you is placed in the brain. Through this tube, a coolant is sent to the area under study. The coolant reduces the temperature at its tip to such an extent that the neurons stop sending impulses. Since the temperature is maintained at above freezing point, there is no structural damage. Once the temperature is restored to the normal level, the neurons start functioning again. Nerve poison. Certain chemicals such as cyanic acid or ibotenic acid are used as nerve poisons to create lesions in a particular area of the brain. These chemicals are inserted through a glass tube known as cannula. The destruction is only partial, that is, only the cell bodies are destroyed. So if there is any change in behavior, then that can be attributed to the cell bodies.